Hi everybody. Happy Friday morning. Just want to check in with all of you and let you know that we're here for you. Not sure what you're feeling these days, but I've gone the gamut of emotions over the past couple weeks. A lot going on in our world right now. And we need to talk about that. Just talk about what we're feeling. I know for me, that feeling of fear and the unknowns stirs up a whole bunch of anxiety. For those of us that deal with anxiety, and it can filter into rage, all sorts of emotions. So just recognizing that we're all feeling some things, and we don't have our usual communities to check in with as we usually do. For me, my community is my yoga. It's a big part of what fills my love cup, that we lift one another up in our community. Maybe for you it's, if you're in recovery, it's your meetings, or for you, those of you that have a regular practice of going to church every Sunday, that's not available to you. So whatever way it is that you're missing in your life, just to know that we're all feeling a lot of the same things, but we're not alone. We're not alone. Even though we're isolated and separated from our people, that we can still really reach out and share. So if there's stuff that comes up for you guys, please know that we're here for you. Anytime that you want to reach out, you can do that. We wanted to keep these classes going, so we're really excited about next week. It looks like Mind Body is going to bring some options out for videos. So please keep checking in. And we're going to do a little flow this morning. So if you have a cushion or a blanket, go ahead and grab one. If you don't, if you usually practice sitting just on the floor, that's certainly fine. For me, just having a cushion underneath my hips just allows me to let my knees sit a little lower than my hips. My hips are higher than the knees. If we place it that way, it allows those tight hips to feel a little bit more at ease. And we want to feel at ease when we start this practice. We're just going to do a brief meditation before we have our class, just to get quiet and get still. Now place your hands either on your lap or on your knees. Find a comfortable place for your hands. Sitting up tall, letting your back be upright, but still let the shoulders and the neck just soften, relax down your back. But we're upright, allowing the eyes to close if that's available to you. And if it's not, for any reason, feel free to just soften your gaze, to look down and just take a moment as you start to let the ground beneath you support you. As you let your sitting bones sink into that cushion or that floor that's beneath you. Take a long, deep breath in through the nose and sigh it out. And then gently close your lips and let that breath, feel that breath connect with it as it comes in your body. Feel it. Follow it as an inhale through your nose. Feel the coolness of the air as it enters in through your nose. It fills up the body. And then empty it. Not feeling any need to adjust it or deepen it. Just follow it. Place in your body that feels that it needs a little more attention, maybe areas where you feel a little bit stuck. Emotions find their way into our bodies. They're there. Right now, what we're experiencing is a lot of unknowns. And be okay with that. Whatever it is. That's it. Go ahead and slowly start to deepen the breath and start to bring those sensations back into the body. Just reawaken. And when you're ready, just slowly open your eyes. And then let's go ahead and, if you haven't gotten a mat, go ahead and bring one out. Place it there for you. And then just reach up with your right hand, the top of the head. Maybe reach for the left ear, the opposite ear. And just gently push your head into your hand into your head. Still sitting up tall. Just find that pressure against that hand. And then release it. And then take that left hand, bring it up over your head. Reach for that right ear. And just gently push the head into the hand. Even the shoulder drawing down, that right shoulder drawing down, and just recognize any tightness, any tension. And send your breath to that place. And then release your head. Go ahead and bring your arms out like goalposts. And then take that right arm over your left. Wrap it around eagle arms. Eagle arms. And then we're going to take those arms and lift them Lift them up and just open some space between the shoulder blades. And then take the hands away from the face. Just pause right there. And again, breathe. Send that breath like healing balm into your shoulders, the healing balm that the breath is. And then exhale, round and tuck. Round that spine. Inhale, slow motion, lift. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. One more time, lift. And then go ahead, open up those arms. Reach those arms up over your head and then twist. Reach that right hand behind you, left hand onto your right knee. Turn the chin towards your right shoulder. Inhale, come center. Exhale, twist to the other side. Left hand behind you, right hand onto that left knee. Really sit up tall, lengthening through the crown of the head. And then inhale, reach those arms up. Go. Bring those arms back down along the sides. And then go ahead, back leg goalposts. Right? Back leg goalposts. You're going to take that left arm over the right now. Yeah. Palms or wrists together, whatever comes together. There could be a lot of tightness in your shoulders. It's okay. Lift your elbows up. Yeah, draw the hands away from the face. And again, take a moment, take a breath or two to just send it to that place that maybe you're feeling a whole lot of sensation. Yeah, connect with that sensation and breathe into it. And then go ahead, round it out. Tuck those elbows in, round the spine. Inhale, lifts. Exhale, round it down. Inhale, lifts. Exhale, round it down. One more time, lift. And then open up those arms. Reach them up over your head. And again, twist to the right. Sit up tall, chin towards that right shoulder. Maybe keeping your eyes closed. Inhale, reach those arms up. Exhale, twist to the other side. Yeah, wring out that spine. Inhale, reach those arms up. And then go ahead and walk your hands forward and feel that place of grounding. Just feel the place of grounding in your palms and your fingertips, wherever you're at. Yeah. Sending that breath all the way down, up and down your spine. All the way up into your shoulders as you inhale, your neck. And all the way back down. Really empty out. Follow that breath. And then we're going to go ahead and make our way up to table onto your mats. So go ahead and set your pillow aside or blanket aside if you've had one. And then we're going to come on over to our mats. And I'm going to adjust this a little bit so maybe you can see a little better. Yeah. So go ahead and bring your hands underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips. And on an inhale, let's come cat-cows. Inhale, send that belly towards the earth, face lifts up. Exhale, round and tuck. Really exaggerate it. Inhale, belly dips, face lifts. Exhale, round and tuck. One more time. Inhale, that belly dips, face lifts, shoulders draw down. And then exhale, round and tuck. This time, go ahead, stand right up on your knees and circle the arms up over your head, reach up. And then bring the hands behind the head and just lay your head back. Lay your head back. Open up that chest. Yeah, that place where we hold a lot of emotions. Just open up that chest. Lay your head back as if you're laying into a pillow, right? laying that head into a pillow. And then go ahead, come back to table, hands and knees. On an inhale, we're going to send that right arm long, reach it forward, and then take it out to the side, out to the right, and up towards the ceiling, reach up. And exhale, we're going to thread it down, thread it through, reaching through, coming almost down onto the shoulder, but not completely. Inhale, lift. Exhale, thread it through. Inhale, lift. One more time, thread it all the way through and come on down onto your right shoulder. Maybe let the side of the face sink into the earth. Let the jaw release. And then take that left arm, reach it up, and let it surrender around your low back. Soften the shoulders and breathe right into the space that was created. And then bring that left hand down, push it into the mat as you raise that right arm out and up. That's it. And then go ahead, come back to table. And once again, a few rounds of cat-cow. Inhale, that belly dips. Exhale, round. Inhale, belly dips, chin lifts. Exhale, round. Inhale, one more time, that belly dips. Feel that flexion. Exhale, round it all out. And then go ahead, sweep the hands back towards the legs. Stand right up on the knees again and reach the arms up over your head. Go ahead, place the hands on the lower back, just the lower back. Draw the chest open. Yeah. If it feels safe to let the neck cradle, neck shoulder girdle, let it cradle. If not, tuck your chin. Just again, maybe even massaging that low back as you open up that chest. Yeah, that heart center. And then go ahead, come back to that table pose. And we're going to send that left arm forward, right? And then extend it out to the left and up towards the ceiling, just like before. Maybe even circle that wrist. Yeah, all of our joints, they need that full range of motion. And then exhale, thread it through. Inhale up 3 times. Exhale, thread it through. Inhale up. One more time, thread it through. Come on down onto your left shoulder if it's available. Yeah, and then take that right arm, lift it, and drape it around your low back. Maybe wiggling the fingers for that left thigh or that left inner hip pocket. Even sending those hips a little bit farther forward to push a little bit of that lactic acid or that tension that builds up in those shoulders. So often we feel like we carry the weight of the world on our shoulders. This is where we dump it. Just let it go. And then bring that right hand down as you lift that left arm back out and up. Yeah. And then go ahead, come back to table, hands and knees. And let's tuck the toes and push the hips up and back, keeping the knees bent. Keeping the knees bent to start with. Yeah, the gaze is forward onto the floor. And then go ahead and slowly start to straighten those legs. That's it. And again, when I say straightening the legs, that's going to depend on how tight your hamstrings are. So be okay with wherever you're at. Yeah. So draw your heels towards the earth, knowing that some of us may never draw our heels all the way to the earth. Spreading those fingers wide and pushing the whole hand into the mat. Let the head just hang. Let it dangle between your arms. And breathe. Most important part of this practice is breathing. Breathing is a bridge from our mind to our bodies. Yeah.
climb up onto your toes. Come on down onto your knees. Separate the knees, let the toes touch, and slip the hips back to child's pose. Let's walk our hands forward, our arms forward. Yeah, let that torso just hang between your thighs. The forehead melt down onto the mat. Longest, deepest breath you have. Every cell in your body needs that oxygen. And then walk your hands over to the left. Maybe the right fingertips are slightly forward from the left. As you gently draw that right hip towards that right heel. Yeah, our bodies get a little stuck together when they're not moving. We need to get unstuck, right? The body and mind. And then walk your hands over to the right. Yeah, as maybe the left fingertips walk a little bit farther forward than the left fingertips forward than the right. And then feel into whatever sensation you're feeling. My teacher used to say that we're sensual beings, right? Living a human existence. Or we're spiritual beings living a human existence. Sensuality just simply means to be connected to our senses. Feel it all. Feel all of it. And then walk your hands back forward. Let's come on up to table, hands and knees. And let's tuck the toes. And push the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Yeah. Take a breath or two. And then look between your thumbs. And step your feet forward. One step at a time. Make your way forward. And when you get there, on an inhale, lift up halfway. Get long. So gaze is on the floor, slightly forward. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold on down. One more time, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold on down. Inhale, circle the arms up over your head, reach up, gaze up. Bring the palms down to heart center. Let the arms come down along the sides as we root down in mountain pose. Planting all four corners of your feet into the mat, lifting up all 10 toes, spreading them apart, setting one toe down at a time. Engaging those legs so much so that the kneecaps draw up. Kneecaps draw up. Yeah. Feel your grounding, mountain pose. Feel the strength, the stability, the energy that you get. Standing up proud like, right? It's like tucked to the chin. It's the top of the head drawing towards the ceiling. And then on an inhale, circle the arms up over the head. Go ahead, reach for that left wrist and take a nice side bend to the right. Rooting both feet down. Inhale, come back center. Reach for that right wrist. Root down, rise up, and then take a side bend to the left. So always length before depth, right? Always getting long and creating space. Inhale, lift those arms up. Exhale, swan dive down. Gaze would be at the knees. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, plant your hands. Step it on back to the top of the plank to build a little heat. So again, plank pose. Shoulders drawing down the back. Yeah, hands beneath the shoulders. Legs are strong. Take a couple breaths, knowing that you can come down onto your knees if you need to. Couple more deep breaths. And then come down onto your knees. Lower, tops of the feet come down onto the mat. Lower all the way down onto your bellies. Inhale, come up to cobra. Just harshly, using the muscles of your back to lift you, not your hands. Your hands are just here for looks. Just lift the muscles of your back. Lift you up. Lower the face back down. Go ahead, place the hands underneath the shoulders. And this time on an inhale, push the hands into the earth and lift up to that place that feels right for you. Yeah, into up dog or cobra, right? The elbows could still be bent. And then turn the head to the right, chin towards that right shoulder. And then come back center, chin towards the left. And then bring the head back center, come up onto your knees. Lift the hips back to child's pose. Take about 3 or 4 long, deep breaths. Calming that central nervous system as we're in this chronic state of flight or fright, this high alert. Breathe. Yeah. And then go ahead, come back to table, hands and knees. Let's tuck the toes and push the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Yeah. And then walk those feet forward once again between your hands. On an inhale, lift up halfway. On an exhale, fold on down right into yourselves. Inhale, circle those arms up over your head. Reach up, gaze up. Bring the palms down to heart center. Go ahead, bring those arms down along your sides, mountain pose. Inhale, reach those arms up. Go ahead, reach for that left wrist. Take that nice side bend to the right. Inhale, come center. Reach for that right wrist and take that nice side bend to the left. Inhale, center, open up, and exhale, fold on down. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, plant the hands, step it on back. Come forward to the top of a plank. And once again, maybe you come down onto your knees, or maybe you lower halfway down for chaturanga. You choose, right? Inhale, lifts the chest, up dog. Push into the tops of the feet. And then tuck the toes. Push the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Really flush that breath. And then once again, walk those feet forward between your hands. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold on down. Put a little bend in those knees as you step that right foot back. I'm sorry, that left foot back, way back behind you. Climb up onto your fingertips into that deep runner's lunge. Lifting your chin and your chest and just sink on into it. Notice where you're inviting tension in, because we do that. Maybe you're clenching your jaw. Even the back of the throat holds tension. Soften the inside of your mouth and just again sink in. And then come on down onto your left knee. Turn the top of the back foot, left foot flat, and start to straighten that right leg, coming onto the heel of the right foot. And walk those hands forward as you let that chest just kind of surrender over that right thigh. You can tuck your chin in towards your chest, or you can look towards that right big toe. So we modify and we dial it up or dial it up down to our needs. What do you need today? And then go ahead, rebend that right foot, right knee, tuck the toes of the back foot, and step that left foot forward. Yeah, we're going to put a little bend in the knees and bring that right foot back, climbing onto the fingertips. Sink down into that low runner's lunge. Shoulders sinking down the back. You hear me say a lot about shoulders because we teachers, we teach what we need to learn ourselves, right?
Wherever you have a way of holding tension in your body outside of your mat, off your mat, is where you hold it here. Mine's my shoulders. Issues in our tissues, we hold our emotions in our bodies. Oh yes, sink on in. And then go ahead, come down onto that back knee. Turn the top of the back foot flat and start to straighten that left leg. As that heel comes on towards the floor, the toes come towards the ceiling, and walk those hands as that torso melts over it. Breathing right into the belly of that hamstring, that left hamstring. And then rebend that knee, that left knee, tuck the toes of the back foot and step that right foot forward to meet the left. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold on down. Inhale, circle the arms up over the head, reach up. And then bring the palms down to heart center, Samastiti. Make that connection. Yeah. And let's go ahead and turn so that we step that left foot back, or right foot. I know we're mirroring one another. And then so with wide-legged stance on the mat. And then we're going to bring our hands to start with onto our hips. And then inhale, lift your chest. And on an exhale, really, really slowly let the torso come forward and down. Yeah, maybe toeing in slightly. Hands onto your hips as you draw those elbows in towards one another. Inhale, lift halfway up so the gaze is on the floor. Exhale, sink on down. Oh. Yeah, letting the weight of the torso and the weight of the head release and create some really yummy traction in the back of your neck, and the weight of the torso starts to release that low back. And again, if you've have very tight hamstrings, this is going to be challenging. So bend your knees. Bend your knees. Sometimes the strongest, most fit people find that yoga is really hard. Yeah. Those muscles get dense and tight, connective tissue. And then go ahead, bring those hands down. Keep that left hand right in the center, and then reach that right arm up. Yeah, find that twist. That's it. The gaze can go up towards that hand, or you can look down. And then bring that right hand down where that left hand was, and inhale, lift that left arm up, pushing that earth away with the right hand. And then bring that hand back down. Exhale, hands to hips, and on an inhale, rise up. And then go ahead, turn the right toes towards the right, and then bend that right knee. Bend that right knee. And then we're going to open up to Warrior Two. So Warrior Two, the gaze turns towards the right fingertips. Sinking in, or maybe your eyes are closed. Really sealing the outside of that back foot into the mat so you feel that leg's engaged. That left leg, all the way up into your left hip. And then breathe. Check in. And then turn that right palm up and slide that left arm down that back, strong back leg, right arm over your ear. When I say strong back leg, that left leg is really engaged. And then dip a little deeper into that right knee. Go ahead and bring the right forearm onto the right thigh. Bring that left arm behind your back so you open up your chest. Feel that chest open up
We oftentimes have it so closed in our chest. And then reach that left arm straight up towards the ceiling. Straight up from that left shoulder. And then go ahead and extend that left bicep over your ear, reaching forward. Again, sealing that left foot, outside of that left foot, into the mat so you can really get that really nice lengthening. And then look down, bring the left hand down, spin onto the toes of the back foot, and lower the hips, raising that right arm up. And then go ahead, bring that right hand down. We're going to walk those hands back towards the center. Turn the feet back forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. And on an exhale, fold on down. Maybe you walk the hands back between your feet. Maybe a little bit farther back. Just let the torso hang down. Head hang down as you really, maybe even pushing the hands into the earth as they draw those sitting bones up towards the ceiling. Again, the knees might be bent here. It's okay. And then go ahead, lift your head and just walk your hands back over towards the left. Turning the toes towards the left, both feet towards the left. And then we're going to go ahead and turn that right foot flat. Coming in a different way, bring the left forearm onto the left thigh and raise that right arm up. Actually, bring it behind your back first, just to adjust those shoulders. Just to check out where those shoulders are, right? Yeah, notice where that right shoulder sinks back into your back. And then go ahead and lift that right arm up. That's it. And then extending that arm over your ear and feel that space. Breathe out into it. Grounding, really grounding. You start to feel that vibration. I did. And then bring that arm back out. Come on up to warrior two. So we're just headed a different way, right? Sinking in. Again, the thigh might not be parallel, but again, you don't want your knee over your toes, so you might widen the stance if you find that left knee coming over your toes. Sinking into that place. And if you feel the shoulders sneaking up by your ears, mine do all the time, bring them back down your back. Remind your body. And then go ahead, turn that left palm up towards the ceiling. Slide that right arm down that back leg, left arm over your ear. The gaze, again, can turn up. You can look forward. You can look down. And then go ahead, bring that left forearm onto your left thigh. Bringing that right arm behind you first. Wiggle the fingers for that left inner thigh or that left inner hip pocket to open up that chest a bit. And then go ahead, that arm back up over your head. Go ahead, look down. Bring the right hand down. Spin onto the back toes and lower your hips as you lift that left arm up. Oh yeah, our bodies just crave this full range of motion. And then look down. Bring the left hand down. Walk those hands back center. Exhale, hands to hips. And on an inhale, rise on up. This time, reach your hands behind you. Interlace the fingers. Yeah. Draw the shoulders, draw the hands down so the shoulders come down your back. And lift your chest. Breathe in. Oh. Exhale. Fold. On. Down. Yeah. Allowing your hands to come away from your back if that's available. But do let that head just hang. Maybe turn it from side to side. And then release those hands. We're going to walk our hands back over towards that right foot. Turn the toes back forward. And then go ahead and come down onto that back knee. Step that right foot back to meet the left. Back to table. Tuck the toes and push the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Take some breaths. And then walk your feet forward once again. This time, heel toe the feet apart, nice and wide. We're setting up for a yoga squat. So go ahead and sink those hips down. Bringing the palms together if that's available. Letting the elbows invite the inner knees to open, the knees, the inner thighs. Or you can keep your fingertips on the floor. All is good. Draw the top of the head towards the ceiling as you just allow gravity to draw those sitting bones down towards the earth. Sometimes we need to hold these poses for 4 or 5 rounds of breath to really get into at least 4 or 5 rounds of breath to get into those deeper connective tissues, the scar tissues, the adhesions that bind us, that hold us so tight, tightly wound, right? And then bring that left hand down inside that left foot, spin onto the toes of the left foot if you need to, and raise that right arm up. Or maybe you'll stay flat-footed. It's all good. Yeah. And then once again, just drape that right arm around your lower back, just to remind the shoulder where it belongs. And then it allows you to open your chest and twist a little bit deeper. Yeah. Wringing out some of those toxins. Literally massaging those internal organs for greater health. This practice does so much. So good we're here. And then bring that right hand down inside that right foot. And we're going to lift that left arm up. Again, maybe inviting that inner thigh to open that right inner thigh by that elbow, right elbow inside it. Oh, or just simply breathing. And then take that left arm behind your lower back. Just again, noticing that shoulder into the shoulder girdle where it marinates in that synovial fluid that's here for it. Our bodies, every joint in our body needs this movement. These movements. And bring that hand down. And then go ahead and lower down onto your bottom. Stretch the legs out long. And then bring the sole of the right foot into that upper inner left thigh. As you're still sitting up tall, reach your arms up over your head. And on an exhale, fold forward over that left leg. Inhale, lifts your chest. Exhale, sink on in. Yeah, and allowing that left hip to draw back and inviting that right hip slightly forward. Still that long, deep breath. On an inhale, come on up. Go ahead, straighten that right leg out. Bring the sole of the left foot into that right upper inner thigh. Flexing that right foot to keep that right leg active, sit up tall. Inhale, reaches the arms up over your head. Exhale, come on forward and down. Inhale, lifts your chin and chest, and exhale, sink on in. Yeah, there might be a slight twist of the torso to the right as you draw that right hip back and that left hip forward. If the eyes were open, the gaze would be under that right underarm. But these are all details. What are you feeling? Are you connected to sensation? Are you here now? Inhale, come on up. Go ahead, straighten that left leg long. We're going to place the sole of the right foot, bending the knee, right knee. Place the sole of the right foot outside that left thigh. Bring your right hand behind you, arm kind of up against your back, like a kickstand, perhaps. And then inhale, lift that left arm up, get long. And on an exhale, hook that left elbow outside that right knee. As you twist, as you lengthen first, up through the crown of your head, down your spine, and then twist. Chin towards that right shoulder. And then release. Go ahead, stretch that right leg long. Bend that left knee, sole of the foot to the outside of that right thigh. Bring your left hand behind you, reaching that right arm up. Get that length. And then exhale, hook that right elbow outside that left thigh, chin towards the left shoulder. How's your breath? And then go ahead and uncross that ankle. Stretch the legs out long. Take the flesh away from your sitting bones. Feet are flexed. Sit up tall. Hands beside your hips. This is a pose right here, right? Drawing your hands beside your hips, drawing the top of the head forward slightly as you just gently tuck your chin and the shoulders slide down. Always reminders. Inhale, reach your arms up, and on exhale, fold forward, getting long in your torso. Inhale, lifts your chin and chest. Exhale, sink down. Now again, maybe your knees are bent. If you've got really tight hamstrings, it's all good. Bend them. Just let that chest come forward. And just breathe. Every forward fold calms our central nervous system. Every long, deep breath you take connects you, calms you. Couple more. Okay, come on up. Let's go ahead, bend the knees and slide forward if you need to adjust to allow your back to lie down onto the mat. You go right ahead and lie right down onto the mat. And when you get there, go ahead and bend your knees and walk your feet in towards planting your feet, soles of your feet on the floor.
heels close to your bottom. Maybe even can touch your heels with your fingertips. Check it out. Align your body on the mat. And then when you're ready, go ahead, push the feet into the mat as you lift those hips up slowly. Yeah. Rock the shoulder blades together. Interlace the fingers. Draw those arms into the mat. Really plant all four corners of your feet into the mat. Really plant them in as you push and breathe. On your next exhale, release those hands and lower down just bit by bit. Once you get all the way down, feel the muscles relax in your back. Take a long, deep breath in through the nose. And a big sigh out your mouth. And then when you're ready, push your feet into the mat as you lift those hips up again. Again, maybe interlacing the fingers, rocking the shoulder blades. Or if you don't have full expression, you know, you do wheel, your body is used to wheel pose. You know if your body's ready or not. Don't hold back. Put your hands up by your shoulders and lift on up. Just get that chest open. Just strengthen the muscles in your back. Breathe into it. Energetically draw your heels towards your hips, even though they're not going to leave the floor. Feel them. Really feel it. Feel them grounded, rooting, drawing, and then release. It is literally the hard and soft of yoga. You need both. And then one last time, go ahead, push up. Bridge your wheel. Take 3 or 4 breaths when you get there. Gently imagining there's a magnet between those knees, is drawing those knees towards one another. Right? If they have a tendency to splay out, we're using larger muscles of our hips. We want to use that back, those glutes. And then release those hands and slowly, slowly lower down. That's it. Go ahead and draw your knees up towards your chest. Yeah, nice and wide, and take a roll with those knees, just massaging that low back from hip to hip into the earth. Yeah, massage the other way. And then go ahead, once again, plant those feet, cross the right ankle over the left thigh. Reach around that left thigh with your hands, right hand inside the legs, left hand outside. Interlace the fingers. Let the shoulders just be flat, be soft on the mat. Yeah, if the shoulders are clenching, you're lifting your head, you're just reaching too far. Don't try so hard, right? Relax the upper body. Get right into the lower body. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We store a lot of emotions in our body. Yeah. Movement. First, awareness that we're storing them. Acceptance that they're there. And the ability to move them out, to process and move them out. And then go ahead and set that, release those hands, set that foot down. Let the arms come maybe out by the ears or out to a T, you choose. And let those knees pass over to the left, where the sole of the right foot finds the floor. And gently, slowly turn your head to the right. And then bring those legs back center, uncross that ankle. Go ahead, cross that that left ankle over your right thigh. As you reach around that right thigh, lace the fingers as you draw that thigh towards you with your hands. You're pushing the thigh into the hands. So it's that dynamic tug of war, so to speak. Pushing the thigh into the hands and the hands into the thigh. All the time. Again, notice where you invite tension in. Your face, your jaw, your shoulders. Let that all go. Flexing the left foot protects the knee. And then once again, gently release the hand from behind that thigh. Set the foot down. We didn't do this on the other side, but sometimes it helps a little bit with the alignment. So push that right foot into the mat. Lift up off those hips. Then send them over to the left. And then make that twist over to the left. As the arms come, again, out by the ears or out to a T, and you turn your head gently and slowly to the left. Again, maybe the sole of the left foot finds the floor. Final detoxifying spinal twist. And then bring those knees back center. Bring the soles of the feet together. Allow the knees to open like a book. Place one hand on your belly. Place one hand on your heart. Take a moment. Take a moment to feel your beating heart. To feel that breath come in and out of that body. Take a moment of gratitude for all that you have. And then when you're ready, know that you can stay right here if this feels comfortable to you. It's a really open position. It's also very vulnerable. So if this feels comfortable for you to relax, you do that. If not, find that place that allows you to relax. Maybe that means putting a little cushion under a blanket or something under your knees, or stretching your legs out long, and letting your arms surrender away from your sides. Maybe the palms face up. Let the body really surrender into the mat. Surrender into the earth. As your bones get heavy and the earth supports them, and the muscles can soften into it. Take a long, deep breath in through the nose. And a big sigh out your mouth. Take rest. Start to bring your awareness back to the space that's around you, back to your physical bodies. Maybe gently brush the thumbs across the fingertips and feel that sensation. Slowly wiggle your toes and begin to circle your ankles and your wrists and move that energy back around in your body. Draw your knees back in towards your chest. Wrap your arms around yourself and give yourself one big hug. Squeeze it in. Roll on slowly on over to your right or left side. Linger there for a breath or two to remind yourself there's no real hurry. And when you're ready, maybe plant a palm and slowly make your way up to a comfortable position on your mat, middle of your mat. As we end our practice, we bring our palms together at heart center. We allow our chin to gently dip towards our chest. To take that moment of gratitude for whatever it is in our life today that we're so grateful for. The goodness and the love in me humbly honors that same love and goodness that's in you. And as always, thank you so much. Thank you for filling our love cups and in harmony. Thank you for being our community. And love to all of you in this time. Be well and be kind to yourself and each other. Namaste.